say success is the best revenge. I just came back for the win. Lot of new money in my hand. Go tell a friend and tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge. So now they on my body.
The NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at US Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Minnesota Vikings. McPherson has this one teed up, and we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Cousins going to bat it forward here on the jet sweep. Into about the 23. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing is Cousins. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. On 1st and 10, Cousins. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now an end around as Cousins will just pop this forward. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Again, it's Cousins. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Cousins. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Flush to his right. And he's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is going to pick up the Vikings' first down on a well-designed play there. That gets him 16 to move the chains. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Cousins now. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Vikings are on the board first here this afternoon. Cousins will try and throw. Rolling to his right. And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2. So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From the 27, Burrow. Throw left side complete to Chase. The LSU connection. Burrow to Chase for the Cincinnati first. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up. You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Mixon with a first down carry. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle. 6-0 our score after 1.
Here we go. Big 13. Big 13. 11.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Burrow. A throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Following the interception, Cousins escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
Whenever you see a quarterback break contain, just think to yourself, the receivers on that side of the field, their number one job, make sure they get in his sight line so he can try and find someone downfield. Guys on the backside, make sure you don't give up the deep ball. They tried it there. They weren't able to connect.
On the move past the 40. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Play action now. Cousins. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Off the play fake, Cousins. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. From the red zone now, Cousins out to his left. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. On play action, Cousins. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. To throw is Cousins. Touchdown! Jalen Naylor, an 11-yard touchdown. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
So risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play call.
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, 71 yards. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Zach Taylor's made the decision. They'll go for 2 here. And Burrow's going to look to throw for it. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Play fake. Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
I've got a good friend in football, always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
Now a dump off here complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. They go play action. Cousins. They'll roll him out right. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And the Bengals are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted.
And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 41. Well, their defense got them the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We got 2, we got 2. Do I hear 3? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Will we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
On 2nd down and 4, Cousins. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
Cousins from the gun on third.
To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
A first down throw for Cousins.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked off by Eli Apple.
And the Bengals are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
On 2nd and 9.
Burrow. And he'll spot Higgins open left side.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. Now Burrow.
Open man, it's complete to Higgins.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Here we go. 180. Nice one. 12, 12, 12, 11, 11, 11.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
Joe Mixon
taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Bengals are an extra point away from moving out in front in the final minute of the half.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're...
And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again.
Well, as most teams do in their two-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you got a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there. But that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
And the third interception thrown by Cousins. And the Bengals are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you said.
I just scraped it off the top, cut it on the road, out the curve, out the block. Was already sold, out of work by 10 o'clock. Too deep in the streets, felt that pain, but it meant a lot. Whenever she calls, look what I gotta do. I'm moving with a two, I paid it in full. tell me what I gotta do. Pull up in a bucket crew, one for me and one for you. Yeah, like with the roof. The chain don't cut me loose. Yeah, I'm off the chain, I'm off the noose. Yeah, getting picked off Bentley white like cotton. Residential so good, my doors don't gotta lock 'em. Watch the dirty money with Oxy. I miscount cause I'm off a... Yeah, these bigger than a damn proxy. Call my he said copy. Get that plug like a boogie. I like riches, hit like nookies. You ain't scared of no, but you scared to put on your hoodie. Man, my like Woody. I just scraped it off the top, cut it on the road.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Green Bay Packers. Mason Crosby of the Packers has it teed up, and off we go from Lambeau. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. First carry for Samaje Perine. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
Here's Perine. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now third down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, now Burrow. A throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy. It's not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series. That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go, ball on the 43. First carry now for A.J. Dillon. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Throwing is Rodgers. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
And we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got a turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Now Jones. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Now Rodgers.
And he's got his man. Touchdown, Green Bay. It's Allen Lazard. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Packers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Crosby with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Bengals drive about to get going. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, let's go, big boy. You're still our leader.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
They snapped that at 1. Now it's Burrow.
Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. 2nd and 6.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow.
Another one into the hands of Jamar Chase.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Hurst.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
From the 38, Burrow. He'll drop this one down to Mixon, and they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
11 on 2nd down, Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That's good for 28 yards.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They give it off here to the tight end. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Mitchell Wilcox taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Bengals are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Certainly there are good things about quick strike offenses that score fast, but a long drive can also work to your advantage as well.
In so many ways, Brandon, because number one, you get them tired, but the big one is mentally. They can't figure out how to slow you down, how to get off the field, how to get the ball back. They go to the bench wondering, what are we going to do next time in order to stop those guys?
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Second down, another shot for Jones. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the pickup, first down. They'll go again to Jones. Von Bell up to make the tackle.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
And this shot downfield on second down is brought in. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Working from the gun. Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, that was actually throwing game 101 right there. You challenge double coverage like that, you're liable to get burned. Fortunate, that was just incomplete.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Flushed out right. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
When you're a capable runner, oftentimes your quarterback coach, your offensive coordinator, they love to see you break the pocket and go ahead and take off. I think he could have gotten vertical and picked up something there. Instead, he pushed it downfield. Incomplete.
The kick by Crosby is good, and they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
On one, ready? 11.
First down. Here's Burrow. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
And, partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Burrow. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And a diving effort, but only right at the line of scrimmage. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. And Burrow going to throw again.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown Bengals. Hayden Hurst in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Bengals have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning. Moments of quarter number 2.
McPherson now for the extra point.
And that makes it 14-10.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. This one taken just inside the 10.
Oh, good return up past the 30. A final shot before half for Rodgers.
This one swung out here to Jones.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter.
Keyshawn Nixon now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
On 2nd and 10, Rodgers. He's got a man, complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. They're going for Lazard, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Burrow. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. This pass complete to Higgins. He cannot wiggle free. They stop him at the line on 4th down. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Up the middle, Jones. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on 3rd down. Now it's Rodgers. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Touchdown, Packers. Lazard with his second touchdown of the night. And the Packers have retaken a third-quarter lead. Crosby connects on the extra point, and it's now 17-14. After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Burrow now off the bootleg.
Throwing for Chase on the crosser. He's got it.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Mixon will try the right side. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
Great stop by Devontae Wyatt, breaking through the line and stopping it cold.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Burrow looking to pass.
Got a man open. It's Chase.
Past the 20. Touchdown.
Jamar Chase.
63 yards.
And the Bengals have answered back with a third-quarter touchdown of their own to retake the lead.
Pretty good response. They had given up the touchdown and the lead, but they struck back.
And I love the way that they just saw it happen. Took a quick exhale on the sidelines. So let's go get it back and fast. Let's go ahead and throw the ball downfield and get our own 6 points.
A huge chunk play to regain that lead. They'll look to throw.
A high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Again, it's Jones. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
They'll run it with Jones.
And this will be a Packers first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
If he writes a book in the offseason, he ought to title it Undaunted, because where he is on the field, back on his own side, and goes for it and gets it, I got to give it to him on that one.
Yeah, only thing you can justify it with is it was only a few inches that they needed. If it's 4th and 2, probably doesn't do it. Hey, he got it. Give him credit.
Yeah, but if they don't pick it up,
then you're in trouble.
Yeah, they're giving points to the other team at that stage.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. An inside give to Jones. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 56 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Rodgers now to throw. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains and take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense. To throw is Rodgers. He'll go right back to Tunyon. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 23. Rodgers to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Now a first down carry by Jones. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Now Rodgers. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. For the lead, here's 3rd and goal. Back to throw, Rodgers. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute. What an outstanding drive right there to take the lead. And also, Charles, didn't leave their opposition with a whole lot of time on the clock.
Yeah, I like the way that you're viewing this, because they did a tremendous job to put themselves in a position to win, but they can't celebrate just yet. They've got to clamp down on any big plays and force them to use up those timeouts without making any headway.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds. The Bengals drive about to get going. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive. So we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. To throw, Burrow. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. A final shot now for Burrow. And he's in for the game-winning score with no time left on the clock. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And never an easy thing to do, no matter how good Green Bay is, what the year is, to come into Lambeau and get the victory, but they did it.
You're not just battling the team that you're playing that day. You're not just battling the crowd that's in attendance in that game. You're battling the history of the franchise. You're battling the ghosts that swirl around that place that help spur them on to victory. It is an unbelievable atmosphere, the most historic place in the league, and you have to make sure you stay focused on your task. Otherwise, you can get easily distracted.
Yeah, hats off to them for keeping that laser focus and getting the victory. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Lambeau, good night, everybody.
Boys and girls, I got some true stories to tell. You're back outside, but they still lied. Whoa, yeah. Take off the foo-foo, take off the cloud chase, take off the Wi-Fi, take off the money phone, take off the car loan, take off the flex and the white loss, take off the weird jewelry. I'ma take 10 steps, then I'm taking off top 5. Take off them fabricated streams and the microwave memes. It's a real world outside. Take off your idols, take off the runway, take off the Cairo. Take off the Sandro pay, 5-day stay, take a $250,000, hella final. Take off the fuck flag, take off reception, take off the cop with the iPad. Take off the allure, take off the unsure, take off decisions I lack. Take off the fake deep, take off the fake woke, take off the I'm broke, I care. Take off the gossip, take off the new logic, that if I'm rich, I'm real. Take off the
The NFL on EA Sports brings us to the banks of the Ohio River and Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati. Coming up, we've got what can only be described as a mirror image matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and themselves. We are set to go. Evan McPherson to do the honors, and we are underway from Cincinnati. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Hello, new world, all the boys and girls. I got some true stories to tell. You're back outside, but they still lied. Whoa, yeah. Take off the foo-foo, take off the cloud chase, take off the Wi-Fi. Take off the money phone, take off the car loan, take off the flex and the white loss. Take off the weird jewelry, I'ma take 10 steps, then I'm taking off top 5. Take off them fabricated streams and the microwave memes. It's a real world outside. Take off your idols, take off the runway, take off the Cairo. Take off the Sandro pay, 5-day stay, take a $250,000, hella final. Take off the fuck flag, take off reception, take off the cop with the iPad. Take off the allure, take off the unsure, take off decisions I lack. Take off the fake deep, take off the fake woke, take off the I'm broke, I care. Take off the gossip, take off the new logic, that if I'm rich, I'm real. Take off the should know, take off the doje, take off.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Steel City at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the San Francisco 49ers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Two teams that have combined to win 11 Super Bowl titles. The Steelers and the Niners are underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They start on the ground with McCaffrey, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Now Purdy.
Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Now on 2nd and 13.
Purdy. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Excellent defensive effort to get to him and provide a little contact before the catch could be made cleanly.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
Pickett leads the Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs.
At the 20.
On 1st and 10, it's Pickett.
Throw left side complete. That's Sims. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Pickett now on 1st down. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football.
They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Purdy now to throw.
That one complete to his receiver, Jennings.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down.
Flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
to throw, Purdy.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty.
From the 3, 2nd and a yard.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
On 3rd down, it's Purdy.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Christian McCaffrey.
A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Niners take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game.
6-0 our score after 1.
To kick it away.
From the 10.
A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10.
Pickett. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. To the air on 1st down with Pickett.
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted.
Picked up by Diamador Lenore. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football.
I believe this is what you would call growing pains here, partner, because this defense obviously took the challenge facing the rookie, and they wanted to help indoctrinate him to the NFL. So now the big question is, can he answer that challenge and rebound with plenty of time remaining in this game?
And this is caught. Jennings.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
On 2nd and 9, Purdy. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
That's good hard running right there on 1st and goal. That gets them down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Third and 2, Pickett. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted.
God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted. East Coast and 6'4's hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.